I'm Patsy DuBois. I came to San Miguel the first time, end of May 1966. And I came back in the summer times. I lived in Tulsa, so it was easy to come back and forth. And then in 1969, I came to get my master's. And I was going to Greece afterwards. I only went to Greece about 7 years ago, and I kissed the ground and said, "Thank you, dear Lord, for letting me be in Mexico all these years." First of all, I was 20 years old. I didn't want to come to Mexico for the summer. I wanted to go back to Boston, where I usually went for the summer times. And my father sent me this postcard of the picture of San Miguel, and he said, "You will love the place. Everything is quaint and beautiful. The flowers are something." So I kind of came with this illusion that I was going to find this beautiful, wonderful green place. But in those days, I left Tulsa, Oklahoma on the Greyhound bus to San Antonio, Texas, and then I got the train and came to San Miguel. I knew 2 words of Spanish, sí and no. And I didn't say no too often, so I got in lots of trouble. So anyway, I got to San Miguel. It was like a day and a half from San Antonio, and pull up to the train station, and it's dusty and dirty. It was in May. The rains hadn't started yet. No one told me about, the summer rains. I just thought it would be green and beautiful like my father had said, because when he was here, it was all the jacarandas in bloom, and in Oklahoma, we have nothing like that. And there was the purple jacarandas, and it was so beautiful for him. So anyway, I got off the train, and I didn't care for the smells, and I didn't understand what the people were doing, and I was just, I had my little 19-inch hard Samsonite suitcase in my hand and probably my precious little pocketbook in the other, and these guys came and grabbed it, and they put me in a taxi. It was like an old Woody, like from '49, and we started up Canal. And we got to the bridge, and these people are saying all these things quickly in Spanish. I don't understand anything. You have to get out of the taxi so he can go up the rest of the hill, because he had the tires filled with sand. So like in the corner where Casa Canal was, we could get back in the taxi. The streets were not, they were just really dirty, dusty, muddy, and a few cobblestones. So then we went down towards the Instituto, and I was staying in the Instituto Hotel. And I thought, where am I? When they opened the gates, then I saw green grass and beautiful flowers. But it was just really, it was not what I had expected at first, and then became more wonderful than I ever could imagine. I came to go to art school for the summer, because I had an art major in the States. I hadn't finished my university yet. And so I came, and he said, "Now, honey, if you don't want to study, you don't have to." "Oh, no, Daddy, I'll study." But when I got here after 3 days, I didn't go back to school. We had so much fun. There weren't too many single American girls in that time. We were really like a novelty. And so we ended up, I had a roommate from the Virgin Islands, and her name was Juanita Banana. It was Jane, but they called her Juanita Banana. And my name was Patsy, and they couldn't say Patsy, so they called me Pepsi. So it was Juanita Banana and Pepsi. And we went swimming every day. We had a great time, and it was just when the Beatles were coming in, and they had a place called Cafe A Go-Go, so we went dancing every night, and we just had the best summer of our lives. I always came to San Miguel because I had met the people from before, and I considered them my friends, and we just continued the relationship from then on. I came at Easter, Christmas, spring break, and for the summers. And in 1969, I came to get my master's. Everybody was kind to everybody else. Nobody could say that I don't like somebody. If let's say if they had a wedding, whoever in town wanted to go could almost go. Some were a little bit fancier, and then some were just tortillas, jalapenos, and queso fresco. Whatever they could afford, they shared with everybody else. And since they called me Pepsi, and all the Coca-Cola wasn't so prevalent as Pepsi was, the guys would break chairs, or they'd bring me things with the name Pepsi on it, just to, kind of see if get on my good side. Like, here's your name, here's your name. But we went dancing. We just had a great time, and the people were just incredible, just incredible. I fell in love with the town and the people, and most of the people that are still here are still my friends. We may have spits and spats once in a while, but we still love each other. My choice to be here was the more I was here, the more I was involved with the Mexican community and my Mexican friends. It just seemed right to be here. I taught school, I washed dishes, I worked in kitchens, did real estate, I built houses. I did anything that I could so I'd be able to pay my bills and be able to stay. There are changes in San Miguel. I'm getting older, so I like things a little bit more in order, and the ability to be able to go and buy what you want, and the comforts that we have now, because before we didn't have any comforts at all. We had a few, but it was fine in those days. And I enjoy what we have now. I do not enjoy the traffic on weekends, but that I know if I'm coming in, just put my car somewhere else and plan to do other things. But I think the people that we have here now are wonderful, that they want to come and they want to get back. I just think that we're living in a very special time in a very special place, and the ones of us that have been here somewhat before all contribute to make this a beautiful, beautiful place to live. I believe if San Miguel becomes another Cuernavaca, it's inevitable. I just think that the ones of us that have been here before that know how beautiful San Miguel is will have our memories. Many places I've been in Mexico and different parts in the world, I don't want to go back. I remember them as another time. I think the ones of us that live here can take the good, and the things that are bothersome, we have to accept also and go and make our lives as productive as we can when we can.